C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. Il dit mio, mio, mio. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. C'est des noms la major passer la loi. Pour physio et yo monté en bois. Tout à soudine en parti ouais. Cheval sauté en homme à terre. Il dit mio, mio, mio. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. Il dit mio, mio, mio. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. Il dit mio, mio, mio. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. C'est des noms la major passer la loi. Pour physio et qui ont monté en bois. Tout à soudine en parti ouais. Cheval sauté en homme à terre. Il dit mio, mio, mio. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. Il dit mio, mio, mio. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. Il dit mio, mio, mio. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. C'est Jean l'agent qui a venu. Il dit mio, mio, mio. Il dit mio, mio, mio. Mio, mio, mio. Mio, mio.
Boss, I asked to see you. Thanks, boss. That was my last request. All we got to do now is pray and wait. Wait, yes. But pray for what? You don't want to pray, boss? Should I? I'm feeling sorry for you, boss. Prayer is the only thing that can help us now. Pity. That's a bad sign. It breeds remorse. When hope flies, hang on to the thinnest rope. Don't give up. Am I not right, Kesnoh? You have been hearing me say this from the first day you come to work for me in the yard. Listen. Listen well. This will be the last time you hear him. He has been our clock for the last 5 months, precisely on time, no prompting. Soon they will be ready for us, Kesnoh.
Time for me is any time. I make up my mind I'm ready to take it as it comes, fast or slow. The water say it have no pain. Now you hear, next thing you gone.
They will come for us on the last stroke of 6. They are always precise in such matters. Everything must be done to the letter. Poor ignorant fool doesn't even realize we are at our own funeral already.
You can curse me if you want, boss. I never understand your language. Not that I want to understand it anyway. In Creole school, I make my education.
It is no small wonder then that you couldn't understand the simplest of instructions in the king's English. I asked you to keep your mouth shut. That was all I asked, and you couldn't do it.
I say what I see, and I will say it again when I see God.
Give me a break. You and that God of yours speaking to each other on the wrong end of the telephone. Or are you speaking the wrong language to him? Better still, one of the two of you must be deaf.
You have to remove the devil from your soul, Mr. Black Mallet. You still have time.
They're coming to hang us. Both of us. And you're telling me we still have time. Time for what?
To save the onlyest thing God leave for you.
You and these beliefs. Why did I let myself get trapped in this?
For the money.
I am above this mess. This is what happens when you lower your class to sleep with your lackey and his like.
You do it for the money. You do nothing for nothing. Money is your wife. Your queen. Now, don't go blaming me for things I know nothing about.
We will hang together this morning. Remember what the warder said to you yesterday. Don't pretend you're an ignoramus. We hang at 6, but I go first. It is my duty to show you how a man dies. I may be black like you in complexion, but royal blood flows through these veins. I have class. So much so they agreed not to leave me dangling in your stench or leave me lying next to your froth and filth. Do you realize what you've done to me? Do you think I deserve this, Kesnoh?
Monkey bite mango, and things was fine. One day he swallowed pepper and paid for it in his behind.
Stop with your ignorant ramblings! This is not one of your wakes where any nonsense goes. This is my neck craning for the rope.
30 shillings. 30 brand new shillings. The chief of police asked me where I get it. I didn't tell a lie. I tell him, it's you give me the 30 shillings. Not you that give it to me, boss.
30 shillings. The price of yet another great betrayal. You're always talking to God. Of course you know about Judas Iscariot. Don't you, Kesnoh? You know what he did.
What I got to know?
Never mind. It will take us well past 6 for you to grasp.
All I know is you pay me for the work I do for you. I never make price. You say you paying me 30 shillings. You pay me 30 shillings. It have more than the 2 shillings and 6 pence they paying us in the valley to cut cane for a whole week.
You must be a top. Always turning in circles when I talk you and your people. You tie yourselves in knots and I get stitched in between. What you did, Kesnoh, is what hangs us now. You talk to everybody. Police, judge, jury, even to your God. That is the problem I face. You let your mouth run like a sick nigger man's backside that never know when to stop.
I say the truth. When you say the truth before you die, you will see God's face. I say what I do, and I do what you say.
What about me? What did I say, my dear boy?
Obey, Kesnoh. You must always obey. You say, when you give orders, little cockroach like me got no say. I just got to do, or else I die.
Well, die!
You tell me to trim the boati bomb on your land at Vamabuya to make calls, and you will pay me for the job. Not you that tell me.
Shut up. Ears are listening. Careless talk cost lives.
You asking me questions, and when I answer you, you telling me shut up?
I am a secret order. I will die in silence, sealing my lips with a leaf from an olive branch.
Why you get that leaf from it? It's not from the yard.
None of your business. What are brothers for?
Brothers, like in lodge. I don't have brains to tell lies like you, boss. Once I open my mouth, the wrong words just jump out.
And I get arrested because nothing remains sacred on your chest. The logic of association cannot be clearer. Harbor the criminal and you become the crime.
I'm not you, boss. I will never be you. My backside always naked in front of ours.
But that don't mean you let your mouth run like your sick backside in mango season. And I have to pay the price.
You can pay if you want to stop the rope around your neck. All I can do for myself is pray.
You leaving me alone to burn in hell?
You self say, ain't got no heaven, ain't got no hell. You think Kesnoh does forget these things? Even if you say I stupid.
Absolutely correct. That is why I'll never understand how I got here. Why did I choose to follow the gun? Who carried the gun? Who carried the gun, Kesnoh? Without a gun, there would be no crime. That's clear.
It would not change what had to happen. What hide in the dark must come out in the light. The police chief make me see that plain the day he came into your yard to talk about the gun.
I tried to protect you.
Yes.
Hurry up, my laptop.
Thanks, boss.
Faster.
He asked to see my list of laborers. I changed your name to James Joseph to shield you from your previous convictions. But that damn idiot, Corporal York, the recent promotion to sergeant gone to his head. He had to show his colonial master he was worthy of the promotion. He began to dig.
For the gun, boss?
There you go again, Kesnoh. What gun?
The gun you make me hide in the pit toilet in the yard. The gun you try to make me use at Bara Bara. The police chief said to me, this conversation is of no interest to you, boy. Can't you see I am speaking to your boss? Move along, boy, and mind your business. When to major clash. Little cockroach like me got to make way for foul.
He found the gun with your help. York recognized you in my yard as Ishmael Dodo, habitual jailbird, part-time thief. You did not know how to disappear, to get lost.
Kesnoh, big man. They still calling him boy. What Kesnoh have to do to get a handle so they can call him Mr. Dodo or something like that? After Sarge whispered something in the white police chief's ears, he turned his gray eye on me. He done forget he chased me out of the yard. He said, boy, I'm looking for a double-barrel 12-gauge shotgun. Have you seen it? I feel a warm water run down my legs. I pee in my pants. The man only here for 1 month. And he know you have a double-barrel 12-gauge shotgun. He even know you need a knife to take out one of the bullets in the gun after you fire the gun. He's a gadder.
When you were asked, you should have replied simply, I don't know.
Obey orders. Speak the truth. You teach me. You always tell me lies would only get me back in jail. I didn't want to be in here, boss.
Oh, Kesnoh. Habitual liar. Casual thief. Why do you take things so literally? A little white lie never hurts, particularly if it's to protect me.
I know you. Once he had searched and find the gun, I know you would jump up and say, it's me. You know take in front. Not because I go school in August to think I stupid. It's not the first time you blame me for things I know nothing about.
You can still make amends. Somebody is bound to listen to you. You are my last chance.
The Friday you send me on your land at Vermabuya, you tell me to burn coals. You tell me to burn coals close to the Barabara road leading to Lakai. Not you that tell me. Say I lie. I asked you for rope to tie the wood you have me cutting every Friday for 3 months. That pile up like a mountain on the land. While you in the bush behind it, looking up at the hill at Forestier with your spyglass. You keep sweeping the road with your spyglass and looking at your watch. You say, if I want rope, cut the telephone wire. You say, telephone car working bush. You say, you don't know why it's on your land it passing. You don't finish
The gun!
Explain the gun. It's your gun, boss. What more you want me to tell you?
A double-barrel 12 gauge. A little heavy for the usual small bird. But not for Manikou.
You tell me, when I hungry, I can take the gun to feed myself. Every time you send me to the country, you making me take the gun. Everybody from Monkey Hill to Forestier see me pass by their window with the gun on my shoulder like it's a soldier.
That was a regular habit. The court said you established a pattern. Do you know what that means?
I don't know. And right now, it's too late for me to know. Where you was all that time I walking up the hill, huh?
Don't question me, boy.
I don't make money to buy gun.
The gun may have been mine, but you used it more often than me.
Who fired a gun? Weapon, sir. Say who came in? It is who fired the gun. Remember when it stick.
The jury has answered you. We are here.
BAM! The man holding the tail of the horse fall down.
The hand that pulled the trigger and coiled the rope. When this story is told to future generations, who will believe the word of a black, uneducated peasant over that of a well-known, respectable gentleman, a scion of his race, held in high esteem by his peers? Oh, Kesnoh, the damage you have caused will be erased by history. I will be exonerated with a full pardon from the king himself.
These things you say are bigger than me. But one thing I know, I can't kill nobody. I don't even have the heart to turn a foul neck wrong side.
Who will believe I was implicated in this dastardly act? And for a few shillings, my own friends. Hell no. I, Lord High and Mighty, Master of my Lodge, purveyor of ground provisions for His Majesty's barracks, owner of the fastest racehorse in the whole island. 12 nincompoops on the jury, all jealous of me, say I'm guilty. All of them criminals. They came out of hiding to destroy me. And you, Kesnoh, you helped them.
Me, boss? I look after the mules for the War Office rubbish cart. That's my job. I is only a groom.
I own the mules. All 5 of them. Who pays you every week?
You, boss?
So what's your point? Where's your logic? Why are you making sure you destroy me too?
It's you destroying yourself, boss.
No, think again. Let me help you think.
No! The column on the horseback. Not you that take out his eye. What's his name again? Mr.
Nicholas.
Nicholas. He said he see you before his eye fly out. You do it for the money. The 346 pounds, 18 shillings and 6 pence. The bank cashier counted in front of him in the leasing office and split it in the 3 bags. I heard from his mouth from the witness stand in court. I said to myself, poor Kesnoh, he could never make that kind of money, even if he worked day and night his whole life.
I keep pinching myself to make sure this is not all a bad dream. Wake me up, Kesnoh, before I begin to believe it is true.
Make yourself believe what you want. From the time I know you, people always tell me not to take you for granted. They say, when you ask me to run, I must sit. And when you say sit, I must run fast.
So you two have a grudge?
No, boss. I say things the way I see it.
May I remind you, I was never charged with murder.
And we in the same boat. The only difference I see is our clothes.
And our minds.
I can't see inside your head.
A master must learn never to argue with a slave. Oh, sorry. Servant. Although it is I who insisted that we speak before we go, I never considered the likelihood of an argument. Did I waste my last wish? Secretly, I hope no. I know you will have a change of heart as the time approaches. I said to myself, your conscience will yield. Good reason will prevail. But after listening to you, it appears I am wrong. I'll call the warder. Let me go to hell in peace.
You're not wrong, boss. It's the moon that do you that. On the day you born, it turned wrong side. I see you. You want to be a good man, to do good things. I see that. I watch you, and I know what happened there is not your fault.
I'm not superstitious. I'm not even sure I'm religious. I don't know the last Sunday I went to church. I was baptized an Anglican. Maybe that makes me different. Or maybe I am bewitched. Who knows? It will take much more than you to convince me.
I always telling you to put a grain of salt in your pocket if your money. But you just laugh at me. You beginning to see all the things I was telling you is true.
Stick to your beliefs. I will hold on to mine.
My words can't save you now, boss. Not even the go picture friends you holding glass with. Don't think I don't see you. I in the stables, in the yard. It's hee-haw, hee-haw. More jackass in there than they have in all pastures in Vanna and Croavin put together.
All this time, I mistaken you for a fool. You've been seeing through the lies I believe to be the truth.
Lies? That's what you call it? It's too late to change their mind, boss. They know what you want. And they know the truth.
But look at what you're trying to destroy. Look well, Kesnoh. My friends called me Black Mallet. They named me after a white gentleman. They compared me to him, an officer in the British Army, Captain Mallet Paré. They knew I was fit in bearing and in knowledge to match up to his high standards. That's why they nicknamed me after him. A black skin, yes, but the mind, Kesnoh. Intellectually, I was his equal. I never let them forget it. I pressed the point painfully every chance I got. Listen, Kesnoh. You're not listening to me. Look. The palms of my hands. What? They are white.
Not you alone. Mine white too. But not for that I'm going to make myself mad. You ready to confess? The priest coming just now.
I confess to nothing. I feel like a cornered animal lost in its own tracks. My bowels eager to purge its weight, but too frightened to budge a muscle. You mimic me. You and your kind. You wear our hand-me-downs. Walk tight-footed in our shoes, which you reserve for Sunday visits to your God. You walk upright. Cast eyes and lust over our women. I have heard this is your one strength. They worship your prowess in a dark room. Is this not true, Kesnoh?
Boss, I thank God for the little life he gave me. When he's ready, he can take it back. I cannot stop him.
You have nothing and yet you are happy? Tell me, what makes you tick?
I alive, amen, by the grace of God. I die, amen, again.
I will never understand this thing called faith.
Kesnoh, live like a man. Kesnoh, die like a man.
But you are dragging me into the hole with you. You are dragging your boss into a cesspit. But before you forget, I want you to understand one thing. We may look alike to foreigners, but we are not the same. It does not matter if I fired the gun. It is your duty to say I did not. Nobody is interested in you, in what you did, do or don't do. You will hang anyway. The whole damn show is about me. I am the one they want.
I know what I see. And it was only the two of us there.
You're not listening to me. Again. I say all this to you, but it is useless because you choose to play dumb. In spite of everything, Kesnoh, you know I cannot hate you. Perhaps it is because in you I see a hint of my past. A black grandmother looking behind some curtains somewhere, watching. After some thought, I asked myself, does he dream of greatness like me? Perhaps he sees himself as a boss one day. Ambitions. Tell me, have I squeezed your pulse?
Ask my father. Maybe he know. I don't know. I don't even know the color of his face.
That is your one strength. In your own right, you are a champion. With a blank face, a hollow skull, and a cutlass in hand, you set out to conquer the world. I spent 10 years trapped in a school learning to measure everything from cloth to road. I had to learn to read and write in a hand that the world would understand. After all these years of penance, it's come to this.
I's a big man too, boss. I do as I please. When I work for you, I's your boy. You make sure I don't forget. But when I knock off, I's me.
Crude Kesnoh, rough, unfinished, unsung. A memorial to mediocrity, nevertheless. The bastard son of a bastard who only remembers today, or perhaps only his last meal. Tell me, Kesnoh, do you remember what day was yesterday?
Yesterday.
When? Playing games with me again. Let's see. It is exactly 2:30 in the afternoon. It is Saturday, 20th December, 1919. Do you remember that day?
That day where?
The sun is burning the grass track on the old Barra Barra dirt road to Lakai.
I turned my back in the latanier, peed on a leaf. You call me.
Kesnoh, come, look.
I fix myself and come. I see a man on a horseback with two other men walking in front of him on foot. There was another man holding the tail of the horse behind. They was at the top of the hill coming from Forestier. They passed Mount Popol's house. She was hanging a white sheet on the line in her yard. The wind was high. They stopped by the standpipe outside Whitfield Rum Shop for a drink of water and talked to two women and a girl. One of the women gave the horse a drink from her calabash. Then they take off again. The two men in front each got a haversack. It was heavy. As they come round the road by the telephone post, they pick up speed, cause it's a little steep. I could see the vein in their necks strained with the load they carry. You shout under your voice.
Get down, jackass. You want them to see you. Hey, take the gun. You know what to do.
Me? Gun boss?
Take it, damn fool. And in the name of Job, aim and don't miss. Wait till they come closer.
Boss, it's only bird I don't shoot. That is people passing there.
People, hell, do what you have to do or else.
The balder stick, boss.
Here's the knife. You know what to do.
But, boss.
Shoot, damn fool, shoot!
Boss, you talking too loud, boss.
Too loud, my ass. Your job is to take orders, not give.
I never killed a man before.
Is kill or be killed is you or me. There's always a first time.
But boss, I not soldier.
Hurry up, damn fool, or the next bullet you hear will be your last.
The two women see everything.
Except us. They never saw us.
They heard the shots and come running down the hill.
The evidence was not important except to contradict each other. Mr. Romeo proved one was half drunk. The girl was not called.
The same way we see them, they see us.
The only thing they witnessed was the death of Mathre and Avril.
They start to scream when they see Mathre Avril lying face down on the side of the road. Blood like a ravine pouring out.
So what? Who cares what they saw? Their statements never mentioned us.
They start to pray. La Vierge Marie Joseph Suku, Mary Virgin Mother, help us. Mathre Avril tried to lift his head and point to the water flask on the ground. Blood like a ravine pouring from his chest. It made him thirsty.
It was left to Lucille Compton, the one who made the most sense in court, to administer the last rites. She cupped his head in her arms, raised the flask to his lips, while the other one stood there wringing her hands, looking around in shock. She wiped the blood around his mouth with the hem of her skirt, put his head on a cushion of grass. Mathre Avril take a long, deep breath and never move again. A nondescript laborer returns to his maker, sans bell, sans drum, sans cérémonie, without absolution, without a priest, without a sign of the cross.
When the other woman, Mother Thomas, see Mathre Avril lying on the ground, his eyes wide open, she start to bawl. She run up the hill faster than horse, bowl down Barabara after Mr. Nicholas get hit in his eye.
As for these women, the end of their story. Something to tell their grandchildren about. One with the blood of a dying man on her skirt, the other an ordinary witness to a death. I should have killed you when I had my chance. My alibi was secure. I stumbled upon you in the act of highway robbery. That's all I had to say. You would not be here to confuse me.
I am not afraid to die. I make my peace with the big chief upstairs already.
Kesnoh, ask the warder to call them. Call, shout, cry. I will be satisfied.
Because I born Mabuya and never go school. You think I stupid? I spent 2 fortnights and a day in jail for digging baja on the white man estate when my belly cried kokyoko and I had nothing to eat. In here, I learned everything a man needs to learn to live. After that, I ain't afraid nothing.
I am not here to listen to your history.
My mother never had money to feed me. Far less to send me to Castry school to learn to talk like you and your Kopicha friends. That always on your veranda. Their mouth swinging left to right like donkey tail when in pasture looking for his wife. I never get to walk with my backside tight like fowl that don't want to lay egg. Don't think, Mr. Black Mallet, that because I don't go school like you and your big shot friends that you should make the mistake and think I stupid. The 2 fortnights and a day I spent in jail teach me all I need to know. So you can start to give me some respect.
Do I hear the beginnings of noble gestures? For one brief moment, you commanded my respect. You are no half-assed misfit. Inside, you are more man than you think. You ever wonder why I share secrets with you?
12 men say I guilty. I must hang. I don't have no power to stand for me. So I make my soul clean, like the white tablecloth my mother borrowed when I make my first communion. I ready for anything that comes. You wouldn't know about that. What you know? You was never hungry. You never had to use breadfruit leaf or shoe when pitch hot. All you know is to trick poor Kesnoh with your money. To get him to do things for you, things he didn't even want to do.
You envy me? Is that it? Is this why you bluntly refuse to help clear my name?
I have nothing to clear. I cannot undo a knot I did not tie. I'm not a big lodgeman. I don't have power. I don't know how to do obia.
Do you think what you're doing is right? It only takes one shout, one word, my man.
It's only when you want something, you know I's a man too.
Stumped by a peasant. That would make a good laugh if I could find somebody to listen. Psst. They betrayed your Christ. Who am I to expect different treatment?
One thing, boss. You can be everything in the world that you want to be. But you're not my God. You get your tea already?
I'm not hungry. You're going to serve me for old time's sake.
A boss will always be a boss, even in hell. Hey, get me a coal pot and some coals, and I will make the tea for you. First thing I do this morning when I wake up was eat. I'm not going nowhere on an empty stomach. I don't know how far I have to walk, and I want to put on my best face when I reach. You know what time they serving breakfast upstairs?
You have tarnished my name on every record. You killed me alive! This crime is worse than what we hang for. I could have made you a man. Not like me, not identical, but a man nevertheless. Think about it, Kesnoh. I still have the power to uplift your manhood. To remove the 2 safety pins holding up your 1 pair of pants above your ass and dress you in a manager's khakis. It's not too late. I have connections. The chief warder is a brother.
I am ready to meet my God.
That is your only ambition.
My God? Yes.
I hope you can still grin when they come for you. For us, boss! I am not part of this. I was dragged into it.
It's not me that killed Martha Avril.
Go back a minute. Roll back to old times. Play everything over in your head. The money, the women, the clothes. My house at Monkey Hill Road. All yours. At my expense. I rescued you from a lifetime in jail. spared your mother the disgrace of a pauper's burial. I paid you well. I fed you. I clothed you. I fathered you. I've done all this for you. The least you could do was tell the court you fired the gun. In fact, all you had to say, the boss was not there. I make the money with my sweat for you to spend. But it does run through your hands faster than rainwater across my face. One thing for you not to expect is me opening my eyes wide in hell for you. My so-called friends on the jury believed you. Gerard. I'll say Ferguson. Girodi. Harris and Palmer. They couldn't look me in the eyes when they returned from Panama. We were brothers once. But that night, they betrayed me. So much for word, honor, chivalry, signs. It was like Gethsemane all over again. Brothers, yes. Until you kill my friend Avril. You have to answer for that. Talk loud. I want to hear you. Matre Avril. Another non-entity. Another waste of time. His name, like yours, signifies his sole purpose in life. Perpetual laborer. Habitual thief. Just like one Ishmael Dondon, alias Kesnoh. Before I discovered him. I know I's nothing. You tired tell me that. I know I born poor. I never hung my hat higher than where stick could reach. If you have nothing more to say, call the warder. Go back to your cell. Every man is born for a purpose. Some destined to lead, some to command, some serve, obey. Who are you going to blame for that? Not God. He has nothing to do with that. He has the power and the glory. Not so you keep telling me. It's not I who make the world. I can't answer you. But with all your power, there still are those more powerful than you. That is true. So, we all got our place. I wrote the governor begging him to intercede. Still waiting for a reply. I beg you, you will not budge. I have no one else to turn to. God. Turn to God. He's not going anywhere. Ask him. That's a thought. Your catechism admits I was made in his own image and likeness. You notice in court how they all paid their respects. Even in there it was apparent. Mr. Salmon, the Crown Attorney, admitted that he once considered me an associate. A man with whom he'd had a cordial relationship, who was always willing to oblige. The Chief Justice, Mr. De Freitas, the very man who signed our death certificates, addressed me in a calm voice. One gentleman to another. You are charged, John Benjamin Cleophas Edward, alias Black Mallet, with the murder of with aiding and abetting in the murder of Maitre Avril. A crime that, if you be found guilty, you must pay the supreme penalty this court demands. How say you? Not guilty, your worship. I was equally calm when I replied. Then he addressed you. I saw the muscles in his neck grow tense, his voice gruff. You are charged, Ishmael Dondon, alias Kesnoh, alias Fan, alias James Joseph, with the murder of Maitre Avril. How say you?
Monsieur, c'est pas moi. It's not me you must ask. Ask my boss, Mr. Black Mallet.
Stop that nonsense, boy. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
I don't know. Ask Mr. Black Mallet.
Who? Silence, Kesnoh. Forever hold your peace.
The judge here, well, what I say, he was trying to see if he could save you.
I will attempt to enter into your understanding, Mr. Dondon. You are charged, Ishmael Dondon, alias Kesnoh, alias all other aliases aforementioned, with the murder of one Maitre Avril. Are you guilty of this crime or are you not? You must answer one way or the next. How do you plead?
The boss know more than me with these things you're asking me.
I cannot waste any more time on this. Taking cognizance of the fact that you have been charged with murder, I will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Are you represented by counsel?
Nobody listening to me. What is a statue in church?
You do not appear to be conversant with the language of this court. In this case, I shall request the services of an interpreter on your behalf. Do you have a lawyer?
Yes. I don't know his name.
Mr. Bryce. Mr. Lima Bryce will enter an appearance on your behalf. Mr. Romeo has already entered an appearance on behalf of the other accused, Mr. Edward. Without any further delay, the Crown will present. Mr. Salmon, proceed.
Both of us equal now. You cannot separate the horse from the mule. Money get horse and lose its voice. I, black. You black too? Is which one of us man enough to walk out the gate this morning with his head high? Nobody in here will have to carry me. I can tell you that now.
That's right, Kesnoh. You're a man. Speak your mind with or without my consent. Good to leave things the way they is. Change them and the taste change. It's too late to change your mind, boss. For you, I is nothing.
I go. Living things the way they is. But I go like a man.
I honor you, and you refuse that honor?
The little piece of copper the governor that's pinned on your friend's chest every king's birthday, that can't buy nothing but a passport to go to government house when they have a fete.
I have always been there for you. I paid you on time and I paid you well. I gave you 30 shillings for the job at Barabara. I told you to hide it. Wait until the heat was over. But you don't listen. You had to go and buy a shop. You had to try to become me.
A whole month passed and nothing happened. You never tell me the money had Mac.
They were brand new shillings. The only ones with the New Year stamp on them.
I don't know that. How are you going to know that shillings that come out before Christmas have New Year's stamp on it already?
Ask, and you will be told. I have never tried to fool you. I told you to not to spend the money. Wait till the heat was over. But again, you're hard-headed. You don't listen.
You give me 30 shillings and say, that's a lot of money, hide it. I'm not going to hide money for another thief to find.
Have I ever tried to fool you?
Yes.
When?
Our last night in the court. Don't think I didn't see you try to escape. Not because I didn't say anything to think I don't know. The jury was in the little room behind the judge's tall chair, trying to decide if we hung or don't hang. You tell the little policeman that guarding us in the dock you want to pee. He take you outside down the stairs in the yard, where all your lodgemen inside the car waiting, the engine beating brum, 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 brum. Sergeant York for that long time before they could knock out the little police and drag you inside the car. He's a lodgeman just like you. He know all the tricks. He tell you, pee right there where you is on the step. News like that don't hide in jail, boss. You was going to leave me to be the only fly in the soup. I give you one thing. You smart.
My skin and yours are the same complexion. My hair just like yours. It's only hair that we differ. A Royal Crown Reader education up to standard 6 was all I needed to outwit the pack. The life began naked. One ragged shirt the color of sweat. A pair of calico drill pants with more calico patches than the original drill. Cardboard bottoms in place of leather soles. I was a groom once. I kissed the ass of their horses and shoveled horse shit until they felt the weight of my intelligence and acknowledged my presence at tea. Soon came invitations to dinner after I had begun waltzing their daughters in the guava bush. They couldn't hold me down. They admitted me as a brother in their homes and into their lodges. That is achievement for you, boy.
Right now, they must be sitting up in their beds, laughing. They don't feel sorry for you. Remember, 12 of them sit on your head and not one of them tell you, go. And I stay. If they was your friends, as you say they is, you don't think they would vote for you to go?
Not without your testimony to profess my innocence. This was your moment of glory, but you didn't seize it. But here it comes again this morning. You will have your last chance.
I am ready to meet my God. I am not afraid. When you talk, I notice your hands and your mouth trembling. Don't think I do see.
Then die, Kesnoh, and may your soul fry in the heat of hell.
Don't fool yourself, boss. I'm not going to hell.
He dreams of heaven.
No, heaven made for white people only, not for people like you and me. It have another for those white saints and priests that hang on the walls in church. It have another place, not heaven, not hell, where black people like me and you go. In there, work never stops. It have mason, carpenter, shoemaker, servant, footman, everybody. I remember when I was a little boy, before I make my first communion, my mother used to send me to church every Sunday with her sister. Gomez, I mass. I remember in a little dark corner by the baptistère, the font, there was a white saint under the arch holding a va in his hand, a speck. His foot was on the leicester mark of a big black man, 2 times his size. The man on the ground begging for his life. Boss, to tell the truth, that black man face look just like you.
What's new? All black people resemble.
That black man face stay on my mind long after Sunday come and gone. Sunday after Sunday, I would look at him sideways and ask myself what he do for him to find himself on the ground begging for his life. One Sunday after church, when I couldn't take it again, I asked my auntie who the black man is. She laughed. A child? You don't know Satan? I shocked. She reached home by my mother with me, still laughing. I was small, but I still had questions. If God white and the devil black, what place they make for me after I die? After I make my first communion, I never go back to church. Maybe it's all these things that playing on my mind that have me in here. They're too big for my little brain to take all in one dose. I make my peace with God. He understands me. From 6:30, I by him looking for work.
With your cutlass, hoe, and shovel.
I know my place.
Very correct. In this world there is order. All things are ordained.
I only want the world to know I's a man too. There must always be somebody in charge, or things will not go straight. I know that.
Good.
I need my respect.
Once you know who's in charge, I master. You, servant.
One papa we have. And that one papa make all of us.
Bullshit! The propaganda of missionaries and priests. How can you and I come from the same mold? How can you think of that as even possible?
Things getting hot. People flying from branch to branch, looking for water to quench his tongue.
I am a man of principle, true to my word. I will never change.
And God make us in his own image and likeness. I hear you self say that when you drunk with your friends.
That did not include you, nor Mathre Avril in the equation. You no doubt observed the company I kept. I spoke about among gentlemen.
And where get you?
Kesnoh!
Yes, boss.
Sometimes I think you forget who I am. Glad you remember. The servant must always be at the master's feet. So it has always been. So it must remain.
When we come face to face with the big chief upstairs, that will change. Down here, who is boss? I give you that. I know my place.
Good. The problem with you is your presumptuous mind. It creates trouble for you and me where there should be no trouble at all.
I would not be here if what you say is true. You know it's not true. Two kind of people it have in this world. Gopicha and Malewe. Gopicha got everything. Malewe, like me, got nothing. We have to beg for what we want.
There is also color. Black and white. Black and poor. Rich and white.
In your mind, boss.
Why am I here then?
You don't have to be white to be rich.
Why am I here? In this country, only the black and poor go to jail. The rich and white pay their way out.
I'm not answering for you.
Bite the hand that feeds you, and you will find it slaps back hard.
Once you on this side, you have to eat to live. Do what you have to do. Exactly.
What now, my dear fellow? We still have a chance.
To make your soul right with God? You fooled me once, boss. You're not fooling me twice.
Death comes quickly, I am told. You feel no pain. I never lost faith in you, Kesnoh.
Go first. Come back and tell me.
The fool in triumph pretends he is meek.
One life I have. I didn't make myself. So, I cannot throw it away. I have nothing. But I don't know. All I need is a grain of salt to pass under my tongue, like long time, when breadfruit out of season. Not even that I begging for. Before they think Kesnoh afraid, I want to walk like a man. No blindfold, no tears.
Who the savage? Who the victim? Who the weak? Do you think I would betray you after all we've seen together? What kind of man you think I am?
I make my peace with God already. I am not afraid. I do everything I have to do. I only remain to pay for my sins with my life. God do it for me, so I can do it for him. I like a white sheet on the line in Marco Polo yard, drying in the wind up forest here, waiting to unpin myself and fly to my God. Sun coming up. It's making brighter. They coming.
One word, Kesnoh. One final word. He's all.
Ask the big boss for pardon, not Kesnoh. He can't do nothing for you.
Pardon, Kesnoh. You always wanted me to beg. I am on my knees. Tell them I had nothing to do with this. I was not even there. My only guilt is knowing you. Tell them that when they come. Don't you feel sorry for me, Kesnoh? You have the power to save me if you want.
Bless me, Father, because I sinned.
I am the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live.
Ask him to save me, Father. Beg him to speak the truth and set me free.
And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another.
What do you want, Kesnoh? My house, my horse, another 30 shillings. Tell me, what do you want? I can make you a saint. I only have to telegraph the Archbishop in Trinidad. Saint Ishmael Dodo, martyred patron of the butlers. Give him absolution, but set me free. I have nothing to do with this. I was not even there.
Man that is born of woman hath but a short time to live, and is full of misery.
Do this for me, Kesnoh, and be a man. I will build a chapel for you on my estate. I will bring fresh candles to the prison every week to light on your grave.
He cometh up, and is cut down like a flower. He fleeth as it were a shadow, and never continueth in one stay.
My good reverend, speak to him. Speak to him for me, please.
In the midst of life, we are in death. Of whom may we seek for succor but of thee, O Lord, for who our sins are justly displeased? Yet, Lord God most holy, Lord God most mighty, deliver us not into the bitter pains of eternal death. Thou knowest, Lord, the secrets of our hearts. But shut not thy merciful ears to our prayer. O Lord most holy, O Lord most mighty, most merciful Savior and most worthy Judge eternal, suffer us not at our last hour for any pains of death to fall from thee.
No! No!